Green tea has earned its reputation as one of the healthiest drinks on the planet. It's packed with antioxidants, supports brain health, boosts metabolism, and even plays a role in reducing the risk of chronic diseases. But here's what most people don't realize, especially seniors. Green tea is powerful, and if you're not drinking it correctly, it could be doing more harm than good. You might be thinking, it's just tea. How bad could it be? That's exactly why this video is so important, because green tea isn't just a comforting cup. It's a botanical powerhouse with real effects on your heart, your medications, your sleep, and even your bones. And for older adults, those effects can show up faster and stronger than expected. Many of the most common mistakes come from well-meaning habits. You might be drinking green tea on an empty stomach because you read it helps with weight loss. But then you feel queasy or jittery. Or you might be having it with dinner and wondering why you're not sleeping well. You may even be unknowingly canceling out your iron intake or worsening your blood pressure, all from that healthy green brew. Let's be clear, this isn't about avoiding green tea. Quite the opposite. This is about using it in the smartest, most beneficial way possible. Because green tea isn't just a trendy health drink, it's a plant medicine with over 4,000 years of use in traditional cultures. It contains catechins like EGCG, compounds that protect your cells from aging, inflammation, and oxidative stress. That's huge for seniors trying to stay active, sharp, and independent for as long as possible. But here's the thing. The same compounds that make green tea helpful can also make it risky when used at the wrong time or in the wrong way. And many of the dangers go unnoticed because they build slowly. An iron deficiency that gets worse over months, a sleepless pattern you don't realize is linked to your afternoon tea, or a heart medication that starts working less effectively because of what's in your mug. And don't worry, this isn't going to be a fear-based lecture. It's a practical, empowering guide to help you use green tea in a way that fits your body's changing needs. Because as we age, our metabolism slows, our liver processes nutrients differently, and we become more sensitive to things like caffeine and tannins. So even if you've been drinking green tea for years, your body may be reacting to it differently now. Throughout this video, we'll explore real-life examples, science-backed insights, and simple fixes that make a huge difference. We'll also share how to get the benefits without the side effects and how to enjoy green tea as part of a holistic approach to aging well. So if you've ever wondered why you feel wired after your second cup, why your supplements don't seem to be working, or why that daily green tea isn't helping your digestion like it used to, this is the video you need. Let's dive into mistake number 1. Mistake number 1, drinking green tea on an empty stomach. It's a mistake that starts with good intentions, starting your day with a healthy cup of green tea. No sugar, no cream, just a clean, antioxidant-packed brew. Sounds great, right? But for many seniors, drinking green tea on an empty stomach can backfire in some unpleasant and unexpected ways. Green tea is rich in catechins, specifically EGCG, a powerful antioxidant known for its anti-inflammatory and anti-aging benefits. But here's the twist. Those same compounds can irritate your stomach lining when no food is present. Seniors, who are often more sensitive to changes in digestive comfort, can feel this effect even more intensely. The result? Nausea, stomach cramps, acid reflux, and in some cases, a drop in blood sugar that causes dizziness or shakiness. The acidity of green tea can also be a problem. While it's not as acidic as coffee, it still has a pH level low enough to stimulate gastric acid. If your stomach is empty, that acid has nothing to work on but the lining of your gut, increasing the risk of gastritis or triggering pre-existing acid reflux issues. This can create a cycle where you start associating tea with discomfort, which might lead you to stop drinking it altogether, missing out on its benefits. What makes this issue especially important for seniors is that the gastrointestinal system becomes more sensitive with age. The stomach produces less protective mucus, the rate of gastric emptying slows, and tissues become more vulnerable to irritation. That's why a senior who used to drink tea first thing in the morning without a problem might suddenly experience discomfort doing the same thing at age 60 or 70. The effects aren't just limited to the stomach either. Drinking green tea on an empty stomach can also lead to changes in how the body handles blood sugar and hydration. Green tea is mildly diuretic, and without food or water to balance things out, you may feel lightheaded or experience a slight drop in blood pressure, especially if you're on medications for heart health or diabetes. And let's not forget the caffeine factor. While green tea has less caffeine than coffee, it still contains enough to stimulate the central nervous system. For some seniors, this can cause jitters, increased heart rate, or anxiety, particularly if there's no food in the stomach to slow absorption. The solution? Pair your green tea with a small, balanced meal or snack. Something simple like whole grain toast, a boiled egg, or oatmeal can buffer the tea's acidity and ease its entry into your digestive system. This also helps regulate blood sugar and prevents the crash that might follow. You can also experiment with the timing. Try moving your first cup of green tea to mid-morning, after breakfast, when your digestive system is already awake and working. Not only will you feel better, but you'll also absorb the antioxidants more efficiently because they bind better with food-based nutrients like vitamin C. And if you're drinking green tea for its metabolism-boosting effects, keep in mind that those benefits don't disappear if you have a light breakfast first. In fact, your body may respond better when it's not stressed or in a fasted state. Finally, pay attention to how you feel. If you notice any discomfort, acid reflux, or dizziness after tea on an empty stomach, take it as feedback, not failure. Your body is telling you something valuable. Green tea is a tool, not a test. Adjust how you use it, and you can still enjoy all the benefits without the side effects. Mistake number 2. Mixing green tea with medications that don't mix well. Green tea might look innocent in your mug, but its impact on your medication could be anything but harmless. Seniors in particular need to be aware of how green tea can interact with common prescriptions, sometimes weakening their effectiveness, other times intensifying side effects. One of the most widely known interactions is with blood thinners, like warfarin. Green tea contains vitamin K, which helps blood clot. This works directly against what blood thinners are trying to do, prevent clots. If you drink green tea regularly, it could counteract your medication's effect, increasing your risk of blood clots or other cardiovascular complications. The issue becomes even more complex when green tea intake isn't consistent. One day you drink 3 cups, the next day none. This fluctuation makes it harder for your doctor to maintain the correct dosage of your medication. Green tea can also impact beta blockers and certain antidepressants due to its caffeine content and influence on the central nervous system. It may interfere with how these drugs are metabolized, either slowing their breakdown or intensifying their effects. That can lead to unexpected side effects like elevated heart rate, nervousness, or insomnia, even if you're drinking a modest amount. Another key interaction involves certain blood pressure medications, including beta blockers like atenolol and calcium channel blockers such as amlodipine. Green tea's caffeine content can narrow blood vessels and increase heart rate, working against the intended calming and dilating effects of these drugs. This can make it harder to control your blood pressure, even if you're taking your medication exactly as prescribed. It also complicates things because the symptoms, mild headaches, racing heart, dizziness, might be blamed on age or stress, not your tea habit. Green tea may also affect how your body absorbs iron and other supplements. The tannins and polyphenols found in green tea bind with non-heme iron from plant sources, making it harder for your body to absorb. If you're taking an iron supplement or rely on iron-rich foods to manage anemia, drinking green tea too close to mealtime can block your progress. Seniors are already at higher risk for low iron due to reduced stomach acid, so this seemingly minor habit can have long-term consequences. Then there's the issue of timing. Even if a tea-drug interaction isn't dangerous, taking green tea too close to your medications can reduce their effectiveness. Some compounds in green tea affect how your liver processes medications through enzymes like CYP1A2. That means the tea could speed up how fast your body breaks down a drug, or slow it down, making side effects more pronounced. This is especially relevant for medications like clozapine, certain statins, and some antipsychotic or anti-seizure drugs. So what can you do to protect yourself? First, always talk to your doctor or pharmacist if you plan to make green tea a regular part of your routine. They can let you know if your prescriptions are known to interact and help you time your tea around them safely. Second, space out your tea and medication. A general rule is to wait at least 1 hour before or 2 hours after taking your medication before drinking green tea. This window allows your body to begin absorbing the medication properly without interference. Third, monitor your symptoms. If you feel more tired, jittery, lightheaded, or anxious than usual, and you recently changed your green tea habits, it's worth taking a closer look. The body gives clues when something's off. Keep a simple log of when you take your tea, when you take your medications, and how you feel afterward. Over time, patterns will often emerge. And finally, consider switching to low caffeine or decaffeinated green tea if you're particularly sensitive to stimulants or taking medications that affect the heart, brain, or blood pressure. You'll still get many of the antioxidant benefits without the risk of overstimulation or interaction. Mistake number 3, assuming more green tea means more health benefits. When something is good, it's easy to think that more of it must be even better. And that's a trap many seniors fall into with green tea. It's loaded with antioxidants, it's natural, it's low in calories, so why not drink 5 or 6 cups a day, right? But with green tea, more is not always better. In fact, going overboard can quietly work against your health, especially as you age. One of the first issues is caffeine overload. While green tea has less caffeine than coffee, it can still add up, especially if you're drinking several cups a day or combining it with other sources of caffeine like chocolate, black tea, or energy drinks. For seniors who are more sensitive to stimulants, too much caffeine can lead to elevated heart rate, anxiety, insomnia, or even heart palpitations. And because the effects can be subtle at first, it's easy to miss the connection. Then there's the problem of iron absorption. Green tea's polyphenols bind to iron and reduce your body's ability to absorb it from plant-based sources. So if you're drinking green tea with meals, or shortly before or after, you could be weakening your nutrient intake without realizing it. Over time, this can lead to fatigue, reduced immune function, and even anemia in older adults. Another hidden risk of overconsumption involves your liver. Green tea extracts, especially in concentrated supplement form, have been linked to rare but serious cases of liver toxicity. While brewed green tea is generally much gentler, drinking too much of it, especially on an empty stomach or in combination with supplements, can still place unnecessary stress on your liver. For seniors whose detox pathways may already be slowing down with age, this becomes even more relevant. Then there's the impact on sleep. Drinking green tea too late in the day, even if it's only a cup or two, can disrupt your body's natural rhythm. Seniors already face challenges with falling and staying asleep due to changing melatonin levels. Add a steady stream of caffeine and your sleep may become lighter, shorter, or interrupted without you even realizing green tea is the cause. Chronic sleep issues can cascade into mood problems, memory lapses, and worsen blood pressure or glucose control. So, how much is too much? Most experts agree that for older adults, 2 to 3 cups per day of brewed green tea is a safe and beneficial amount. That gives you enough of the antioxidant and metabolic perks without tipping the balance into excess. If you enjoy more than that, switch to a decaffeinated version for the later cups, or drink a green tea blend that's diluted with calming herbs like lemongrass or mint. Also, make sure to time your tea away from iron-rich meals or supplements. A good rule of thumb is to wait at least 1 hour before or after eating to avoid disrupting nutrient absorption. This is especially important if you rely on plant-based iron or are managing anemia. And don't underestimate the power of variety. Instead of drinking only green tea all day, mix in herbal teas like ginger, rooibos, or tulsi. These options offer their own health benefits without adding caffeine or interfering with minerals. Variety also helps prevent tolerance and keeps your daily routine more balanced. Finally, stay attuned to your body. If you're drinking more green tea but feeling more tired, more jittery, or less focused, pause and reflect. It may be time to scale back or adjust your schedule. Green tea works best when it complements your health, not when it competes with your body's natural rhythms. Mistake number 4. Ignoring the quality and source of your green tea. Not all green teas are created equal, and for seniors, drinking low-quality or poorly sourced tea can quietly undercut all the health benefits you're hoping for. Just because a box says green tea on the front doesn't mean it's clean, safe, or rich in the compounds your body actually needs. Let's start with where your tea comes from. Many mass-market green teas are produced in countries with minimal oversight regarding agricultural practices. That means your tea could be sprayed with pesticides, grown in polluted soil, or processed in facilities with questionable standards. Over time, even low levels of contaminants can add up, especially in older adults whose detox systems aren't as robust as they used to be. Then there's the issue of processing methods. Cheaper teas are often made from lower-grade leaves, sometimes called tea dust or fannings. These are the broken bits swept up after higher-quality leaves are sorted out. While they brew quickly, they often contain fewer antioxidants and more bitterness, and may even be oxidized, losing the very catechins that make green tea so beneficial in the first place. Another concern is heavy metal contamination. Green tea plants, like many other crops, can absorb lead, aluminum, or cadmium from the soil, especially if they're grown near industrial areas. Studies have found that lower-cost teas, particularly those grown in regions with looser environmental controls, may contain traces of these metals. For younger people, these levels might be negligible. But for seniors with compromised kidney or liver function, small amounts of contaminants over time can put real strain on the body. So how can you protect yourself? The best first step is to choose organic and reputable brands. Look for third-party certifications like USDA Organic, EU Organic, or Japanese Agricultural Standards, AS. These don't just sound fancy. They mean the tea was grown without harmful pesticides and has passed certain quality and safety checks. While no certification is perfect, it's a strong layer of protection. Also, opt for loose-leaf green tea whenever possible. Loose leaves are usually higher quality than what you'll find in most pre-packaged tea bags. The whole leaves are less likely to be oxidized, meaning you get more of the antioxidants like EGCG. You'll also avoid microplastics or bleached materials that can be found in some lower-grade tea bags. Speaking of tea bags, check the label. Some cheaper tea bags are made from synthetic fibers or plastic blends that can release microplastics into hot water. This is especially concerning for seniors trying to avoid toxic burden. Choose teas that clearly state their bags are plastic-free, biodegradable, or made from corn fiber or paper. Pay attention to taste and color too. High-quality green tea has a delicate flavor, mild, grassy, slightly sweet. If your tea tastes overly bitter or stale, or if the liquid is a dull brownish color rather than a light green or golden hue, it's likely a lower quality product. And while that doesn't necessarily make it harmful, it does mean you're probably not getting the full antioxidant benefit you're aiming for. Storage also matters. Green tea is sensitive to air, light, and moisture. If you buy your tea in bulk, store it in an airtight container away from heat and sunlight. This helps preserve the catechins and prevents spoilage. Seniors who buy tea in large amounts to save money often don't realize that improper storage can turn even a premium tea into a stale brew with diminished benefits. One more tip: don't confuse expensive with effective. Some brands charge a premium for fancy packaging or trendy blends, but that doesn't always mean higher quality. Look beyond the marketing and pay attention to sourcing, ingredients, and preparation advice. The best teas are often simple, single origin, and clearly labeled with where and how they were grown. In short, the quality of your tea directly affects its impact on your body. For seniors who drink green tea to support heart health, brain clarity, or weight control, the stakes are higher. The wrong tea might not just be ineffective, it could slowly tax your system or block the very nutrients you're trying to absorb. Mistake number 5: overlooking how and when to brew your green tea properly. Brewing green tea might seem like the simplest step, but it's also one of the most commonly mishandled, especially by seniors trying to do everything right. The temperature of the water, the steeping time, and even when during the day you drink it can all impact how well your body handles it and how many benefits you actually absorb. Let's start with water temperature. Green tea is delicate. Unlike black tea or coffee, it doesn't like boiling water. Pouring boiling water over green tea can burn the leaves, destroy antioxidants like EGCG, and release bitter compounds that make the tea less enjoyable and less effective. Ideally, green tea should be steeped in water between 150 degrees and 180 degrees Celsius, about 65 to 80 degrees Celsius. That range preserves the polyphenols while drawing out flavor and nutrients gently. Then there's the issue of steeping time. Most green teas only need about 1 to 3 minutes to release their benefits. Steeping for too long can extract too many tannins, making the tea harsh and more likely to upset your stomach. This is especially important for seniors with sensitive digestion or acid reflux. A lot of people also forget that different types of green tea need slightly different brewing methods. For example, Japanese sencha prefers slightly cooler water and a shorter steep, while Chinese dragonwell can handle a touch more heat and a bit more time. If your tea tastes too bitter or too bland, it might not be the tea itself. It might be how it's brewed. Many seniors use a kettle and pour the water as soon as it boils. If that's your habit, consider letting the water sit for a minute or two before pouring it over your tea leaves or bag. This small change can preserve the health benefits and give you a smoother, less acidic cup. Using filtered water is also important. Chlorinated tap water can dull the flavor and interfere with the natural antioxidants in the tea. Filtered or spring water not only tastes better, it ensures you're getting the cleanest extraction possible. Another factor is how many times you steep the same leaves. High-quality loose-leaf green tea can often be brewed twice, sometimes even 3 times. The second steeping may be less caffeinated, but still rich in flavor and nutrients. A great option for later in the day when you want fewer stimulants, but still want the soothing effects. And then there's timing during the day. Many seniors drink green tea with meals, thinking they're boosting their nutrition. But as we covered earlier, green tea can inhibit the absorption of iron and some minerals. Instead, consider enjoying green tea 30 to 60 minutes after a meal or between meals when your stomach isn't completely empty but isn't working hard to digest food either. Mornings are generally the best time to enjoy your first cup after breakfast, when your metabolism is waking up. It's also when your body can best handle the small amount of caffeine without it interfering with your sleep later on. If you're going to drink multiple cups, aim to have your last cup no later than 3 p.m., especially if you're sensitive to caffeine or struggle with falling asleep. Serving size also matters. 1 cup of tea doesn't always mean a standard 8-ounce serving. Some mugs are double that, so if you're drinking what you think is 3 cups a day, it might actually be 6. And if your tea is strong or you're sensitive to caffeine, that could quietly add up. Temperature also plays a role in your body's comfort. Drinking tea that's too hot can irritate your esophagus, especially in older adults who may already deal with dryness, inflammation, or GERD. Letting the tea cool slightly, not lukewarm, but pleasantly warm, can reduce that risk. For those with digestive concerns, starting the day with a warm, not hot, cup of green tea with a slice of ginger or lemon can be soothing and less harsh on the stomach lining. Avoid combining your tea with citrus-based juices, however, as that can heighten acidity and create digestive discomfort. Lastly, be mindful of your body's hydration cues. Green tea is hydrating, but it also has mild diuretic effects. If you're drinking several cups, especially in warmer weather, make sure to supplement with plain water throughout the day. This ensures you're not unintentionally dehydrating yourself, a common risk in seniors who already drink less water than they should. In short, green tea is a simple beverage, but how and when you prepare and enjoy it can make all the difference. With a few mindful adjustments, you can unlock its full benefits while avoiding the common pitfalls that make some seniors stop drinking it altogether. Mistake number 6. Expecting green tea to work like a quick fix. Green tea is powerful, but it's not magic. And one of the biggest mistakes people make, especially seniors eager to improve their health naturally, is expecting green tea to deliver instant results. The truth is, green tea works best when it's part of a long-term routine, not a short-term cure. A lot of marketing claims paint green tea as a solution for everything. Belly fat, brain fog, high blood pressure, joint pain, you name it. And while green tea does offer support in many of those areas, it does so gradually through cumulative effects. The antioxidants in green tea, such as EGCG, reduce inflammation and oxidative stress over time, not overnight. Seniors who expect immediate energy, dramatic weight loss, or a sudden change in memory or mood after a week or 2 of drinking green tea often end up disappointed. Worse, they may stop drinking it altogether, missing out on the true benefits that only show up with consistency. Think of green tea like exercise or eating vegetables. One salad won't lower your cholesterol, and one yoga class won't fix your joints. But over weeks and months, those choices build momentum. Green tea is the same. Its benefits, whether for cardiovascular health, brain function, or metabolic support, come from accumulated use, not from a single strong cup. Let's take heart health as an example. The catechins in green tea support healthy blood vessels, help reduce blood pressure, and can even improve cholesterol ratios. But these changes happen slowly, and they rely on other factors like your diet, stress levels, and physical activity. If green tea is part of a daily wellness habit, it can absolutely be helpful. But if you expect it to reverse years of imbalance in a week, you'll be disappointed. It's the same story with weight management. Green tea's modest metabolism boost and fat oxidation effects are well documented, but subtle. They're most effective when combined with gentle movement, balanced meals, and adequate hydration. If you're drinking green tea to burn fat, but not making any other supportive lifestyle changes, the results will be minimal and probably discouraging. Then there's the issue of cognitive support. Seniors often hear that green tea improves memory or protects against dementia. And it's true. Many studies suggest a link between regular green tea intake and sharper thinking. But again, this is preventive, not corrective. Green tea supports brain health over time by reducing inflammation, improving circulation, and supporting neurogenesis. It's not a quick fix for forgetfulness, and it won't replace a healthy sleep schedule or a mentally active lifestyle. One of the best ways to think about green tea is as a wellness amplifier. It won't do the heavy lifting for you, but it makes everything else you do more effective. It complements your medications, enhances your nutrition, boosts your energy gently, and helps your body manage stress more efficiently. But it can't do those things if it's used sporadically or with unrealistic expectations. So how can seniors build green tea into a long-term habit? Start by making it a daily ritual, not a chore. Drink it at the same time every day, in a calm setting, maybe paired with a short walk or 5 minutes of journaling. This turns green tea into a wellness anchor, something that not only nourishes your body, but centers your routine. Keep it simple and consistent. You don't need 10 different blends or fancy equipment. One high-quality tea, prepared correctly, enjoyed daily, will give you better results than chasing the latest green tea trend. And track how you feel over time, not day to day. Notice how your digestion, energy, skin, or sleep changes over the course of a few weeks. These gradual shifts are easy to miss if you're looking for fireworks, but become obvious when you reflect with patience. Lastly, pair your green tea habit with positive lifestyle choices. Eat more whole foods, move your body daily, protect your sleep, and reduce processed sugars. In that context, green tea doesn't just help, it shines. In summary, green tea is not a miracle cure, but it's an incredibly supportive tool in a bigger toolkit for aging well. Expect gradual change, build a consistent practice, and trust that over time, the benefits will stack up, quietly but powerfully. If you've made it this far, congratulations, because you now know more about green tea than most people ever will. You understand that green tea isn't just a trendy health drink. It's a powerful botanical tool that can support aging in a meaningful, sustainable way, but only if it's used correctly. We've covered 6 critical mistakes, from drinking it on an empty stomach, to mixing it with medications, to expecting overnight miracles. And the truth is, these aren't just little missteps. Left unchecked, they can prevent you from getting the very benefits that green tea promises: better energy, sharper thinking, improved digestion, and long-term protection for your heart and brain. But the great news is this: every mistake can be corrected. With just a few tweaks, you can turn green tea into one of the simplest, most reliable habits in your daily routine. A few minutes, a few leaves, and a little bit of knowledge go a long way toward building better health as we age. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports our channel. And if you're serious about natural wellness, nutrition, and aging smarter, make sure to subscribe to Active Healthcare. We're here every week with videos designed just for you. Until next time, stay well, stay informed, and enjoy your tea the right way.